Alpha team in position. Apartment 15B, green light confirmed. Target confirmed inside, no movement. We go on your call. Federal agents, hands where I can see them.
Wait, this has to be a mistake. Is this about my startup?
This is the stash. Bitfinex. It's all here.
But to understand how we got here, we need to go back. August 2nd, 2016. A date burned into the history of crypto. That morning, most people opened Bitfinex expecting a normal day of trading. But behind the scenes, a catastrophic breach was already underway. Over 119,000 Bitcoin, nearly 20% of Bitfinex's total holdings, was drained from customer accounts in a silent, surgical operation. The hackers didn't just breach one wallet or a weak admin login. They exploited the very architecture Bitfinex used to store user funds, an integration with a third-party service called BitGo. BitGo was meant to be a security upgrade, a multi-signature solution designed to prevent single points of failure. Ironically, it became the very flaw that enabled the theft. Somehow, the hackers bypassed BitGo's approval system and tricked it into signing off on hundreds of withdrawals. One by one, wallets were emptied, a slow, deliberate bleed. By the time Bitfinex realized what was happening, the coins were long gone, spread across thousands of addresses, traceless, stateless, gone. The crypto world erupted in chaos. Bitcoin's price plummeted by over 20% in a matter of hours. Forums flooded with anger, fear, and speculation. Who did it? How did they get in? And where was the money now? Bitfinex scrambled for damage control. They froze all trading, issued an apology, and then made a bold, controversial move. They decided to socialize the losses. Rather than punishing only the users whose wallets were directly hit, they shaved off 36% from everyone's balance. Every user, hacked or not, took a hit. In return, they were issued tokens called BFX, which Bitfinex promised to buy back over time. It was either that or bankruptcy. Some users were furious, others saw it as the only way to keep the platform afloat. Meanwhile, law enforcement agencies quietly began investigating, but there were no suspects, no fingerprints, no usernames, just fragments, dust in the blockchain. And as the crypto world slowly moved on, the stolen Bitcoin remained untouched. 119,754 coins, sitting silently in cold storage, watching, waiting. Years passed, new hacks came and went, exchanges rose and fell, and through it all the Bitfinex coins stayed put. Dormant, untouched, it was the perfect crime, or so it seemed. While the coins sat idle, two names began to surface in the shadows of the internet: Ilya Lichtenstein and Heather Morgan. To the casual observer, they were just another quirky couple in downtown Manhattan. Ilya was quiet, a Russian-American tech entrepreneur with a soft-spoken demeanor and a portfolio of failed startups. He styled himself as a futurist, an investor, a builder of online empires. Heather was the opposite. Loud, unfiltered, a self-declared crocodile of Wall Street. She rapped under the alias Razzle Khan, a bizarre blend of startup jargon, self-help mantras, and painfully awkward lyrics. Her music videos featured dollar bills, snakes, and random shots of her strutting through Wall Street in gold lame pants. To the outside world, it all looked like performance art, a millennial couple trying to hustle their way into the spotlight. But behind the scenes, they were laundering one of the largest crypto hauls in history. It started small, a few coins here, a few coins there. Washed through mixers, run through darknet marketplaces, converted into gift cards, or routed through shell companies with fake invoices. They were patient, meticulous, never drawing attention to themselves. Until they did, because no matter how smart you are, you can't move $500 million in crypto without leaving a trail. The key to laundering stolen cryptocurrency is simple in theory, but devilishly complex in execution. Break the trail, disguise the origin, make dirty money clean. Ilya understood this. He wasn't just hoarding Bitcoin for sport. He was laying the groundwork for what would become one of the strangest, most elaborate laundering operations in modern financial history. It began with tiny steps. The stolen Bitcoin sat in a massive wallet, publicly visible on the blockchain. Anyone could see it, track it, but tracing wasn't the same as catching. Ilya started by moving small amounts, just a few coins at a time, into other wallets. From there, he'd funnel them through tumbler services, designed to mix clean and dirty coins together to obscure the source. These included well-known mixing services on the dark web, and some he likely built himself. He would then convert the mixed Bitcoin into Monero, a privacy-focused cryptocurrency that's nearly impossible to trace. From Monero back to Bitcoin, or sometimes straight into fiat currency. Depending on the use, some of it went into prepaid gift cards, others into Walmart cards, Uber credits, or Amazon purchases. Occasionally, he'd funnel money through Russian or Ukrainian darknet markets, purchasing fake passports, burner phones, and drop accounts, not to use but to test vulnerabilities. It was part digital money laundering, part hacker R&D. He opened shell companies with names like EndPass and Salesfolk, complete with websites, fake employees, and boilerplate business models. Invoices were forged, contracts were generated, all of it designed to make incoming crypto funds look like legitimate business revenue. Meanwhile, Heather began cashing out smaller amounts, just a few $1,000s at a time. She used the funds to buy tech gear, Uber rides, flights, and clothing. She even bought a book on money laundering. Yes, with stolen funds, delivered to their apartment. Irony wasn't lost here. It was more than laundering, it was performance. They weren't flashy in the traditional sense. There were no Lamborghinis, no gold watches, no yachts. Their lifestyle, though eccentric, was deceptively low profile. They lived in a modest luxury apartment in Manhattan's financial district, not extravagant for a couple supposedly running startups. Their neighbors thought they were just another tech couple trying to make it in New York. Heather posted motivational videos on TikTok and Medium. Ilya gave interviews about decentralization and online privacy. They seemed harmless. A little weird maybe, but not criminal. And that was the genius of it. They used absurdity as camouflage. No one would suspect that the woman posting rap videos about being the crocodile of Wall Street was actually laundering billions in stolen Bitcoin. But while they played the long game, federal investigators were also watching quietly, patiently. The Bitfinex wallet remained under scrutiny. And eventually, small mistakes began to pile up. For nearly 5 years, the stolen Bitfinex coins sat dormant, shuffled occasionally between wallets, laundered bit by bit. But the truth about laundering crypto is this: you only need to make one mistake, just once, and Ilya made several. The first was greed. Though the couple was patient, they eventually tried to cash out larger sums. Not tens of thousands, but millions. They began converting bigger batches of Bitcoin into fiat currency through unregulated exchanges, many of them based overseas. But some of the money inevitably touched US-based platforms, including financial institutions that reported suspicious activity under AML laws. The transactions weren't necessarily illegal at first glance, but something didn't add up. Names didn't match. Companies didn't check out. IP addresses bounced between VPNs and Tor relays, all classic red flags. The second mistake was arrogance. Ilya had become convinced of his own invincibility. He believed in OPSEC, operational security, as a kind of religion. Encrypted drives, burner phones, fake identities, password vaults. He had it all. But somewhere along the way, he stopped being careful. He used personal email addresses linked to multiple exchange accounts. The same device that held the stolen coins also logged into regular services. Gmail, Dropbox, Amazon. One burner phone connected to the same Wi-Fi network as their home address. Eventually, a blockchain analytics firm hired by the US government traced a tiny fragment of laundered Bitcoin to a gift card transaction. Redeemed through a service that logged IP data, that IP pointed to a cloud storage account. That account was in Ilya Lichtenstein's name. From there, the case built itself. Federal agents obtained a warrant to access Ilya's cloud storage. What they found was staggering. Inside were files upon files, spreadsheets, documents, and password lists, many of which were completely unencrypted. One spreadsheet contained thousands of wallet addresses, complete with their private keys, labels, and notes. In another file, agents found a list of exchange accounts, including KYC documents tied to fake names, complete with scanned IDs, selfies, and addresses. All of it stored in a basic cloud account. No cold storage, no encrypted containers, just a Google Drive folder named Personals. It was the smoking gun investigators had been waiting for. In late 2021, the Department of Justice quietly began preparing a case. They monitored movements, tracked new transactions, and confirmed that the couple was still attempting to launder the funds. Then came the final mistake. Heather posted a TikTok. It was a harmless-looking video, another motivational rant, full of crypto buzzwords and vague startup advice, but embedded in the metadata was location data. It confirmed they were in Manhattan, not traveling, not hiding, just home. The FBI decided it was time. On February 8th, 2022, just before sunrise, federal agents moved in. Armed with a warrant, they raided the couple's apartment. Inside, they found Ilya near his laptop. It was still open, still unlocked. The spreadsheet, the stash, was on screen. There were no last-second wipes, no panicked encryption. Just two people, caught completely off guard, sitting atop a stolen empire. The news broke within hours. $3.6 billion in Bitcoin recovered. 2 suspects arrested in New York. FBI seizure of the largest financial haul in the department's history. In crypto circles, it was a shockwave. For years, the Bitfinex coins were thought to be lost forever. Burned, locked, gone. But here they were, sitting in a Google spreadsheet, just waiting to be seized. Some crimes steal your money. Others steal your peace. Meet the family that moved into their dream home and found a nightmare in the mailbox. Click to watch The Watcher House.